Film this whole last 3 minutes here, so it's a good thing I have everything scripted. So no audio, great. Hello, Sammie fans. uh,
Take
this
two.
take two, sure. I'll cut it out on the main. No, I won't cut it out on the main video. It's a lot harder to edit. Anyways, hello, Sammie fans. This is Sammie Hypnotized live stream 11. Our channel is all about hypnosis and hypnotherapy, and we're very happy to have you with us tonight. If you think Sammie's a total fox, hit the like button and leave a comment telling her how much you love seeing her hypnotized. This is a patrons only private live stream. If you'd like to join our next live stream, check out sammiehypnotized.com and click on the live stream button for more information. Also subscribe and hit the notification button to get a free Sammie Hypnotized video every day. In this session, Sammie will be listening to a hypnosis recording that will program her to be an obedient maid. This is the first time Sammie has tried something like this, so it will be very interesting to see whether or not she accepts the hypnotic programming. If you're interested in learning how to be hypnotized like Sammie, we have a free playlist on our website with our favorite beginners hypnosis recordings. Check in the description for the link. We also have a private website for our patron supporters with hundreds of private high quality video playlists you won't find on our main channel. Finally, I'd like to thank all of our fans who supported us on Patreon or through Sammie's Linktree page. You guys are awesome and thank you. Especially you, Jack. Otherwise, we would do this whole live stream without knowing that there's no audio. So that's kind of probably. Anyways, if you're tuned in, actually, Jack, can you hear the audio okay? I'm going to wait and see for a minute here, but I'm just going to get the phone set up. Oh, a sec. And Sammie here is in her lovely maid outfit, as I was saying earlier, with her little duster there. So I purposely made a little mess for her to clean up. Mm, audio's okay, I think. I don't like to make messes for Sammie. I'm usually the one who cleans them up, actually. Okay, so tonight the hypnosis recording is actually by the secret subject. In our last session, we, well, actually, I was planning on trying to do a hypnosis induction from an entrancement recording that also had Maid programming on it, but it was a little bit too complicated. So this one's a lot more simple, and I think that it's a lot more relaxing. There are a few mantras, a little bit of fractionation, and two post-hypnotic commands. One to sort of toggle you into maid mode, and one to trigger you to, well, to feel good about yourself as a maid. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, the video is titled Maid Training Hypnosis, Making You an Obedient Maid with Trigger and Test. In this file, we will talk about how much fun it is to be a maid, going about the house doing all the chores you've been instructed to do, and feeling very mindless and obedient the whole time. Perfect for those who need help with making cleaning more fun. This file has a trigger test, an option at the end to trigger the state and make you into a maid, doing a series of chores you have written on a piece of paper. This is very obedience focused, and during the file we will look at overloading your mind with ideas until the obedience takes over your body and mind. We also discuss all parts of maid service, such as how a maid thinks, what they do, and a brief bit on how they dress. Keep in mind this is, yeah. So that's the file that we'll be doing. And before we jump into it, Sammie, on a scale of 1 to 10, and very briefly, can you rank your level of anxiety, thought loops, and worries, and just quickly describe to our audience what's the biggest thing that's triggering you right now?
It's about 7 or 8. um, I guess I'm just worried about like the kids and Monday and like how all the scheduling is, and I just keep on thinking about what Monday is gonna look like, and keep on playing in my head like what I'm gonna do, and um like how fast I can get from one place to another with like the time that I have, and and then yeah, like my parents. I'm always thinking about my parents. Um, yeah, and try not to be like upset with some of their decisions. Like one of the guys that live at their house, they said, "Oh, they have the fence is really nice looking," and I was like, "Oh, that's." So, anyways, I was like triggered by that comment because it's like, oh, why are they doing the fence? Anyways, so yeah. Oh yeah, and then I was triggered about like work, like working around like the Airbnbs and like people and their problems, then like all their messages that they sent to me. And yeah, and I'm like, I just want to run away and not answer anybody's questions or problems.
So an 8 out of 10 then.
Yeah,
Okay.
should open the window.
Oh, is it a little bit too stuffy for you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. 1 second. Proper setting. The good news is it's not so hot here anymore.
Okay.
And the historic heat wave of Australia going on here. So our last live stream was it was quite interesting actually. It was so hot down here. And not just because Sammie's such a fox, but it was actually temperature hot. Anyway. It's okay. So yeah, I think just give yourself permission to just not think about any of that stuff. To not worry about it. You know, it's the end of the day, so just close your eyes real quick and focus on the sound of my voice, focus on my words. Allow yourself to relax and just picture in your mind all the memories from today, all the thoughts from today. And I know in your mind there were some moments that were a little bit frustrating, but there was also some moments that were very upbeat, very positive, very happy. I want you to really focus on those memories. And I want you to pick one memory, one experience from today that was very positive, that was very happy, that made you feel so happy. It made you feel so good. Now, I want you to describe that moment.
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, I was at the food court, and then it was pouring rain. And I was thinking to myself, okay, I have to run in the pouring rain with no umbrella, and I have the kids with me, and and then there's also traffic, and I was like, okay, well, I have to run, and then I have to like make sure that there's no cars coming, and I have to make sure that I don't get soaking wet. And then a lady comes along. She just like appears from nowhere with this really big umbrella, and she said, "Do you want to use my umbrella to get to your car?" And I was like, "Yeah, that would be great. I'd love that. Thank you." And like, and I thanked her, and then I took the umbrella, and then I gathered the kids and took them to the car and put them in the car and ran back with the umbrella. And then she said, "Oh, we can go together because my husband's just beside your car." And I said, "Oh, okay, thank you." Thank you so much. And so I just thought that was like the highlight of my day, because somebody was so kind and generous to help me out, and yeah, and just be generous, and kind of like look out for my kids, because it's like, oh, like the kids are gonna get all wet and they might slip. And yeah, that was a really nice lady. That made me really happy.
Focusing on that feeling of feeling happy. Take a moment to just re-experience that feeling. Feel it from the tip of your head to the tip of your toes. Feel that sensation of happiness throughout your entire body. Now, during this recording, when you're transformed into a maid, and when you're given a command to feel good, I want you to feel that feeling of happiness. You understand, Sammie?
Yes.
While you're transformed into a maid, and when you're instructed to feel happy, I want you to feel that feeling of happiness you felt from the lady lending you her umbrella. And also, anytime that you're in a hypnotic trance, I want you to focus on sensations like that. Sensations of happiness, sensations of just feeling good. Memories that brought back those sensations. Happy times, happy memories, happy moments. Do you understand, Sam?
Yes.
Now, in a moment, I'm going to count to three. When I reach the number three, I want you to open your eyes, take a deep breath in, and we'll start listening to the hypnosis recording. Do you understand, Sam?
Yes.
Waking on three. One, two, three. Open your eyes, take a deep breath in, turn to normal. Okay, so we'll get started. Go ahead and put these headphones on.
Okay.
One more body scan for our patrons. Actually, a lot more body scans for our patrons. This is actually a pretty good one.
What?
Oh, this is a good recording and you haven't really queued up for that.
Mm-hmm.
And for our live stream fans, one quick body scan too. I love those shoes.
I wonder if anybody will hire me dressed like this.
I'd hire you.
I work really fast.
Yes. Okay. Is it still too soft there, Jack? We're having trouble with the audio still.
Oh, it's not working.
Let me double check. Oh, check. Okay. Checking on my computer too. Thanks, Jack. Okay. This is Maid Training Hypnosis. Starting the recordings in 3, 2, 1, start.
For high-quality erotic hypnosis, check out patreon.com/thesecretsubject.
Nope, I missed. Starting the recordings in 3, 2, 1, start.
For high-quality erotic hypnosis, check out
Is it
patreon.com/thesecretsubject. Each one of my Patreon supporters helps support this channel and keep it going. Thank you so much. Now on to the video. Being a maid is so fulfilling, isn't it? You probably haven't even thought of that before, about how fulfilling it is to have a role where you're so obedient and yet so helpful to people. And that's what maids do.
Right.
Maids help people. They help people through obedience. They help people by making everything clean. And at the same time as they make things clean, they clean out the clutter and the junk of their own minds. Like right now, while you close your eyes and allow yourself to imagine a maid, you can just focus and think on how they might feel as they go about their day, cleaning everything in sight, doing what's required of them, all the tasks, the chores that they've been set. And as they go about it, they just feel so happy, content, relaxed, obedient. And it's good to be obedient, isn't it? And if you don't know, soon you will know how good it feels to obey, how good it feels to be a maid. So with your eyes closed, imagining your perfect maid, I just want you to listen to the sound of my voice as we train your mind, as we get you deeper and deeper into headspace of an obedient maid, and give you a trigger so you can always come back to this headspace, whether you're by yourself doing chores or whether you're playing with someone else. It doesn't really matter. All you need to know is that upon the trigger, you will lose track of everything else but the task at hand, as you become an empty-headed, mindless and obedient maid. Do you understand? Very good. So let's begin. Let's begin with just easily and effortlessly giving you things to think about. That's all hypnosis is, after all. Hypnosis is a focused state where you dissociate from the world around you and listen to suggestions. And that's all I'm going to give you. Suggestions. And I wonder if as I'm giving you suggestions, you'll start to think about them and ponder them and accept them right away. Or maybe it'll come to you later as they just pop into the back of your head, reminding you how good it felt to be reminded of obedience, of being a maid, of doing tasks and chores and all those fun things. Because it is fun, after all. Don't you agree? It is fun to be obedient. It's fun to be told what to do. It's fun to be a maid. Someone who is of service to someone else. Someone who plays a vital role in the ecosystem of the household. Just like you. Whenever you're in maid mode, you'll find yourself so helpful. So very at peace with everything. Because you are so helpful. And so obedient. And while you listen to the sound of my voice, I'm sure you're already thinking about all of the things that I'm saying. And while you're focusing on that, maybe you can just take a moment to slow down and focus on your breath. That's right, focus on your breathing in and out. That's right. That's right. And the more you start to focus on breathing, the more you start to notice the feelings in your body right now. Right now. Feelings like, how do you feel inside? Do you feel relaxed or tension? Are you hot? Are you cold? And as you focus in on those feelings, you can just also focus on the sound of my voice. That's right. Allow my words to paint pictures in the back of your mind. Pictures of how you just fall so very easily and effortlessly into trance. Just by focusing, just by fixating. Just like this. And while you're doing all of those things, you can also focus and fixate on the idea in your mind of the perfect maid. The perfect maid who is obedient, subservient. They just do as they're told, and it feels so very good. And while you're thinking of that, you can also think of every new thought that pops inside your head. You see, every single time you have a thought, while you're here in this hypnotized state, you can just allow it to just drift out of your head. So just put it in a bubble and float it far, far, far away from you. So focus on your breathing, focus on your body, focus on me, focus on your thoughts drifting away, focus on the idea of the maid in the back of your head. So helpful and obedient, helpful and obedient, obedient, obedient. That word obedient just pops inside your head and just lingers there in the back, overwhelming everything else. Obedient, as you focus on your breathing, your body, my words, the idea of the maid in your mind, your thoughts just drifting away, my words wrapping around your mind and pulling tightly, my words becoming your world as you focus and fixate, hyper-fixate on them, and the word obedient that just caresses your mind and just lingers there for a moment, reminding you how maids are obedient. Maids are obedient. Say it. Maids are obedient. That's right. That's right. And as your mind latches onto that phrase, as everything else spirals and swells around you, as everything else just becomes a blur in the back of your mind, those words, maids are obedient, just seems to linger on your mind. That thought lingers in the back of your throat, dripping over your tongue as it comes out as a whisper. Maids are obedient. That's right. And guess what? Your mind is becoming more obedient. The more you focus and hone in on that feeling of obedience, the more you can just feel it rippling through you. It starts as a soft, gentle caress somewhere in your body, and it builds, and it builds, and it builds, as eventually, over time, it just takes over. That's right. And I wonder if it'll be in the next second, the next minute, the next few minutes even, when that feeling will completely overwhelm you. But you and I both know it will. As right now you can already feel it as a gentle tingling in part of you. The caress of obedience. As it starts, the feeling in your body as it just creeps its way up into your head. Your head reminding you that maids are obedient. And you're becoming a maid. So you must be obedient. Maids are good at chores. Maids are good at obeying. Maids are good at submitting to those people who give them the chores. You see, it's important to understand the hierarchy of the maid. The maid is there to obey someone who has chores for them. That's right. And I wonder who that might be for you. Maybe it's yourself. Maybe some part of yourself will command you to obey, command you to do the things you need to do. Maybe it's someone else. That's right. And the thought of it being somebody who controls you in that moment just feels so very good. And you can imagine what that might be like, to be that completely empty and obedient, that you just go completely on autopilot, just doing exactly as you know you need to do, just like a maid does, just like you will when you're in the maid mode. And as you focus and fixate on that, you can feel the tingle of obedience starting to creep over your entire body. That's right, that's right. You can feel it coming in ripples and waves, wave after wave after wave of obedience taking over you. As you just feel your head filling up with thoughts of obedience, submission, chores. Maids are obedient. Maids are obedient. Maids are obedient. And those words just overwhelm your mind as they just repeat on a loop, on a cycle, circling around and around and around in the back of your mind. Maids are obedient. Maids are obedient. And you're a maid. So you must be obedient. Because you are a maid. And your mind might not know it just yet, but it soon will. That you are a maid. And you are obedient. You can already feel the tingles all over your body of obedience. Now, as we train you in the ways of obeying, we also need to discuss the matter of uniform. You see, maids have a certain uniform. It doesn't always look the same. It's not always a traditional maid outfit. For some people, it might be nothing at all. For some people, it might just be their everyday clothes. For others, it might be a very specific outfit. And right now, I want you to seek in the back of your mind. I want you to imagine yourself stepping into that outfit and how wonderful it will feel to know that you have a uniform. Now, for some people, it might be a small change. A pair of gloves, a pair of shoes, an apron, a thing to tell you that you're stepping into this role as a maid. For other people, it might be the art of taking something off rather than putting something on. For others, it might be something more symbolic, and that's okay. Right now, I'm sure you can imagine what it would feel like to step into this outfit and to fully embrace your role as a maid. That's right. That's right. And you're doing so wonderfully well imagining that. And while you imagine yourself stepping into the outfit, you can just imagine the mental and physical change that will happen the second you step into that outfit. Almost as if it's like turning on a switch in the back of your mind telling you this is what it's like to be a maid. Stepping into the role, stepping into those shoes, stepping into that position of being a maid. And your mind gets overwhelmed and filled with the mantra of a maid. Maids are obedient. Maids are obedient. Maids are obedient. And as it loops around and around and around in the back of your head, you just find yourself so focused, so fixated on it. That's right. That's right. As you listen to the sound of my voice, as you focus and fixate on the feeling of helpless obedience, that's right. As it feels so very good to just know that you are a maid and you are obedient. That's right. Now, open your eyes. That's right, open your eyes. Oh, I'm not going to wake you up just yet. I just want to test a little something. You see, with your eyes open right now, you might feel awake and alert, but in fact, you're very, very deeply hypnotized. And I can just say, the maids are obedient. The maids are obedient. Repeat that for me. And already you start to just gently repeat it. Your mouth mouthing the words. Maids are obedient. And it might come as a shock to you. As all of a sudden you realize that you're speaking the words. Maids are obedient. Maids are obedient. Reminding your mind exactly what you are. And you just feel a little bit more obedient as you repeat the words. Maids are obedient. Again and again and again and again. Reminding you of your role. Reminding you of your place as a maid. And with that short phrase, you realize exactly what you're meant to do. You realize that you are a maid and you're just waiting for instructions. waiting to be told what to do, waiting to obey like this as you just keep repeating, maids are obedient, maids are obedient, maids are obedient. Now close your eyes, that's right. Close your eyes and just allow those words to fade into the background as you stop saying them. That's right, just stop. And focus on the obedience that you feel right now. Focus on how good it feels to obey. How good it feels to follow along with the suggestions you've been given. That's right. That's right. And of course, as a maid, you're always going to be helpful. You're always going to do all of your chores. That's right. And of course, these chores might be given to you in various ways. For some maids, they'll have a list written down of things that they're supposed to do. For others, they'll be told what to do by the person who wants them to do them. But regardless of what you are asked to do, it feels very, very good to obey. And you as a maid know how good it feels to obey, because every single time you complete a task, you just feel a tingle, a gentle wave of obedience just caressing your entire body, as you know you've done a good job, being such a good maid. And the words good maid just bring you such joy, such bliss, such happiness, and you can feel it bursting inside you as you hear those words, good maid, because you are a good maid. And of course, you also accept and understand that any and all of these suggestions will only be able to work if they're said by people that you trust, in situations that are safe and comfortable for you to do so. And of course, deep down inside you, your subconscious always knows when this is. Your subconscious mind is so smart, and it knows exactly how to handle situations where you feel comfortable, where you feel safe, where these suggestions can just happen. And could you imagine that right now? A situation where it's safe and comfortable with a person that you trust? How good it would feel to allow yourself to go into that maid space? And maybe that's just by yourself. Maybe that's with me through one of my files, or maybe that's with somebody else. But regardless, it feels so very good to step into that role, to become that maid, to do all those chores. And it's funny because while you're in maid space, all you seem to think about is obedience. And you can just repeat the mantra. That's right, the mantra of the maid in the back of your mind, as you focus so deeply on each task at hand, as everything is completed so thoroughly. Maids always do their chores to the best of their ability, and I know you're going to make a perfect maid. Do you understand? Very good. And of course, the longer you're in maid state, the deeper and deeper you just fall into that pattern of obedience, of focusing, of fixating on the task at hand, of being so very thorough with everything that you do, and doing all of your tasks to the best of their ability, and feeling so happy, allowing the happiness to condition your maid state further and further as you just get better and better at every single time you do it. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's right. And of course, you can always come back to this maid state every single time somebody that you trust in a place that is safe and comfortable for you to do so says the phrase, maids are obedient, and snaps their fingers. So whenever they say the phrase maids are obedient and snaps their fingers just like that, you'll find yourself coming back to this state of being empty and obedient. Empty and obedient, that's right. That's right. And the only thing you'll be able to do is your chores. The chores that are instructed by you, by the person who activated the maid state. That's right. And it feels so very good to follow those chores, whether they be written down or told to you verbally. And of course, if you're ever given a command verbally, you'll always respond with, yes, I can do that, in a happy, pleasant tone, because you're so happy about being a maid. You're so happy with doing all of your chores and all of your tasks to the best of your ability. And you can just allow yourself to sink even deeper and deeper and deeper down, knowing that you are an obedient maid, that you do such a wonderful job of obeying. You do such a wonderful job of submitting. And you do such a wonderful job of all of your chores. And now, just relax. Just allow all those adjustments to sink in. Just allow yourself to be such a happy maid, sinking even deeper, as the command I've given you is just to relax. and go deeper and deeper down into the state of trance. And it's very easy to find yourself in a nice, comfortable, relaxed trance state like this, as you just sink even deeper and even deeper and even deeper down. Knowing that phrase, maids are obedient, brings you back into this place. Maids are obedient, brings you back into this place every single time. As long as it's spoken by somebody that you trust in place that's safe and comfortable for you to do so. And of course, if you ever hear that phrase somewhere where it's uncomfortable or spoken by a person who you don't trust, these won't affect you, and that trigger will just stay rooted deeply in the back of your mind, waiting for the time when you have the comfort, the safety, and the person that you trust ready to say those words. Maids are obedient, and bring you back into this maid space. Do you understand? Very, very good. And as long as you accept and understand the suggestion, I want you to go ahead and nod your head for me. That's right, and keep nodding, and keep nodding, keep nodding, keep nodding, and following my words, and just sleep even deeper down now. That's right. That's right. That's right. Just sink even deeper and deeper and deeper. Let everything go. Let everything sink. Let everything float down. Down into trance. That's right. You're doing so wonderfully well. So wonderfully well. Listen to the sound of my voice as you just follow and relax. Follow and relax. Sink even deeper. That's right. That's right. And now in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. From where it's number 5, you'll be wide awake, alert, refreshed and energized, ready to come back to the waking world, remembering each and every single moment of this file. That's right. That's right. And with each and every single number I count up, you can just find yourself accepting that suggestion and allowing it to sink even deeper and even further into your mind. So coming up on the count of 5 with 1, 2, 3, that's right, energy flooding your body, 4, and on the next number, wide awake, alert, refreshed and energized with 5, wide awake. Hi everybody, I hope you enjoyed this maid training file for this maid trigger. This is actually the first time I've made a maid trigger just by itself without a robot suggestion. So what I want to do for you now is I'm going to give some of you the option to trigger this for yourselves. So what I want you to go and do is I want you to have a list of chores, okay? So you need to have a list of chores ready that you're about to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger the maid state, and I'm also going to give you a suggestion. The suggestion being that when you've finished all of these chores, you're going to tell yourself that you're a good maid, and you can just hear my voice telling you you're a good maid echoing through the back of your mind. That's right. And it's just going to make you feel so blissed out and so happy that you've done all the tasks that you've got to do. So if you want to go and play along with this, you can pause this file now and quickly go write that list. Otherwise, you can come back to this at a later date. Okay, so now I've given you the time to pause the track and to write your list. And I'm going to trigger the maid state. So are you ready? Good. Now for some of you who might have had a change of clothes as well, it's okay. I wanted to add the clothes part because, you know, some people like to dress up in maid costumes, or you might have an outfit, or some of you might even be wearing less clothes than usual. Winkety wink. So are you ready? Okay, good. Are you sure you're ready?
Yes.
I'm so mean sometimes, I swear to God. Okay. Ready? Maids are obedient. That's right. Listen to the sound of my voice as you are a happy and obedient maid. Are you listening to me, my maid? Very, very good.
Yes.
Now what I want you to do is I want you to look at the task sheet laid out in front of you. I want you to do every single task on this chore sheet. Do you understand? Very good. Now listen to me very carefully. That's right, you're such a good maid. And of course, every time I say that word good maid, you just feel so happy, so blissed out, so very, very thrilled that you're doing a good job. Now, you're not only doing these chores for you, but you're doing them for me. And so every single task I want you to complete absolutely to the best of your ability. Do you understand? Very good.
Yes.
Of course you wouldn't want to disappoint me, and I'm sure you won't. So you're going to do this so very well for me. And now every single time you complete a task, what I want you to do is every single time you finish a task, I want you to close your eyes for a second. And I want you to hear the echoing of my voice inside your head, telling you you're a good maid. And I want you to enjoy that moment of bliss, that moment of servitude, that moment of happy, blank, blissful obedience. That's right. So for every single task you do on this sheet, you're going to get one of those moments of me telling you you're a good maid, just like that. That's a little taste of what's about to come. And between each and every single task you have on that list, I want you to remind yourself that you are an obedient maid. So you're just going to repeat that to yourself. I am an obedient maid. I am an obedient maid. It doesn't have to be out loud, or it can be for some of you if you want to. That's right. And you can just allow each task you do to focus and fixate you further. Do you understand? Very good.
Yes.
Now, chop chop. Go to it, my happy, obedient maid. And be a good maid for me.
I'm a good maid. I am a good maid. I am a good maid. I'm a good maid. I am a good maid. I'm 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 a good maid. I am a good maid.
Good maid. Release. Return to norm. that feel?
I felt like I took a nap.
Yeah. It's a good sign. And what do you remember?
I was listening to The Secret Subject, and then when I closed my eyes, I fell asleep. And then now I'm here.
Were you dreaming?
Yeah.
And what were you dreaming?
I was dreaming in, like, I was dreaming of the future. What was going to happen in the future. And I was just like floating around to the music. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Like somebody talking, and then the words were kind of just like cradling my thoughts. And I was just like floating around and then thinking to myself like um, what the next coming days would look like, and it's like sleeping.
All right. Do you remember doing anything while you were in that trance?
No.
So it felt quite frame droppy then?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you read out what was on that list really quick?
I'm gonna drink some water first.
Oh, yeah, sure. The cameras look okay? You see yourself in this camera over here?
Uh-huh. It says here, number 1, pick up the beads and put them in the jar. Number 2, pick up the toys and put them in the box. And number 3, fold your laundry.
Do you remember doing those things?
I think so, because they're not on the floor anymore.
Did that whole thing feel a little bit like a frame drop?
Yeah.
Okay. Maids are obedient. Hello.
Hello.
Can you please read that list?
Number 1, pick up the beads and put them in the jar. Number 2, pick up the toys and put them in the box. Fold your laundry.
You did all 3 things. And you are a very good maid.
Thank you.
And how does that make you feel?
Happy.
Hold up the list again really quick and just go ahead and look at the tasks on there and just focus on them. Freeze. Freeze. No thoughts, no thinking. Mind blank. Staying in maid mode. Unfreeze. You're a very good maid. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel happy to serve you.
Good maid. I want you now to assume that position in that photo.
Okay.
good maid. Now look up here at this camera. Now look up here at this camera. Now look over in this camera. Now say 3 times, I am a good maid.
I am a good maid. I am a good maid. I am a good maid.
Now roll your eyes to the top of your head. Relax the muscles in your face and jaw. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count to 3. When I reach the number 3, I want you to sit back down. Do you understand?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Sit down, maid. Back on the chair.
Okay.
Release. Turn to normal. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, you were just saying just then?
I had a list on my end. I think it's over there.
Okay. Did you just feel like that was a bit of a frame drop for you?
Yeah.
Well, sleep. Deeper and deeper down. Sleep. Now, I want you to sit up straight, staying asleep. Now, staying asleep, I want you to open your eyes, stare straight ahead. Your mind is blank. Your mind is empty. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count to 3. When I reach the number 3, you'll have the overwhelming urge to just make silly, crazy, stupid, funny faces. Silly faces, tongue stuck out, your eyes all dirt. You won't be able to stop yourself from making silly faces. You'll want to stop. You'll try to stop yourself, but you can't. All you can do is just make silly faces. Do you understand, Sammie?
Yes.
Waking on 3 as yourself. 1, 2, 3. Wake up. Return to normal. Hi.
Hi.
How did that feel?
Um, Funny.
Yeah. What do you remember from it?
I think you said to make silly faces.
Yeah. And do you feel like a compulsion to do it, or do you feel kind of confused?
Um, I'm feeling like I need to know when to do it.
Oh, sleep. Deeper, deeper down. Sleep. Now, in a moment when I wake you up, when I say the word derp, I want you to stick up your tongue and roll your eyes, cross your eyes, look silly, make a silly face. When I snap my fingers and say derp, you'll make a silly derp face. Do you understand, Sam?
Yes.
Waking on 3. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. Wake up. Return to normal. Sorry, you were saying?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt like I just woke up.
It's pretty frame droppy when you wake up like that.
Yeah.
So try to describe as best you can what you remember from the start of the session to now.
I was holding a feather duster, and then I was listening to a recording, and
Derp. Release. You're saying?
and then I was doing the laundry and picking up some toys. And then
Derp. Release.
and I had a piece of paper in my hand, and then the piece of paper went somewhere, and then now I'm here.
Okay. Do you remember much from, or did it feel as if there's some spots that dropped in, a frame drop?
I think so. I think I did some other things. Can't remember them.
Yeah. So on a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rank your thought lips, worries, and anxieties right now?
0.
Yeah. Feel good?
Yeah.
That's good. Derp. Release. Derp. Release. Derp. Freeze. Release. Okay. Well, this has been a very good live stream, and I think we're going to actually close off the live stream here. Uh, some great chats, great comments in the chat. Sorry we couldn't get to all of it there, guys, but definitely appreciate the comments you had coming in. We will be releasing the schedule for our live streams for the month of July in the next week or so. So go ahead and check the communities tab on our YouTube channel. We also have a link to that on our website, sammiehypnotized.com. And we're going to start also, we're working on it right now. We're going to actually start doing private live streams as well. So one-on-one, you have full undivided attention of Sammie and myself. So check out, keep checking back on Sammie Hypnotized, and we'll have some SammieHypnotized.com, and we'll have more information about that. And did I miss anything, Sammie? Is there anything I forgot?
No?
Are you all here right now, or are you sort of half in dreamland?
Maybe I'm somewhere else.
Yeah. Good. Release. Where is it? Somewhere else.
Like in my dreams.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna close up the live stream here. Can you say goodbye to everybody who's watched?
Bye, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye.
One quick body talk.
Like my shoes.
I love your shoes.
They're ready to go to work.
You look beautiful, Sammie.
Thanks.
Closing up the live stream in 3, 2, 1.